Motorola's One Vision is the company's take on a mid-range smartphone, running Android One and featuring a polished and premium design, 48 megapixel camera and 128GB built-in storage. The device has a glass and plastic design which feels nice and looks good. It can be rare to see glass on devices priced within the brackets that the Vision falls into, so it is nice to see. The glass can be found on the front and the back, with plastic going around the edges. On the front of the device you'll find the large 6.3-inch display with a hole punch camera. The cutout and outline around the camera is quite large, so it can be quite noticeable in comparison to other cutouts that I've seen, such as that found on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. The bezel surrounding the display remains the same thickness around it, which is nice as it gives the device a uniform look, and there is a slightly larger chin at the bottom of the device. The back is where you'll find the fingerprint reader as well as the dual camera system. The placement of the fingerprint reader is good and it is easy to get to when picking up the phone. The cameras protrude slightly from the device, but if you use the included case, they sit flush with the case. The device also has a good range of ports with USB Type-C as well as a headphone jack. On the left hand side is the SIM and microSD card tray, which will allow you to expand the 128GB of built-in storage by up to an additional 512GB. On the right hand side are the volume rockers and the sleep wake button. These buttons are placed perfectly for me, so I can use them without shuffling around the device in my hand. The sleep wake button also has a different texture to the volume rockers, so the buttons can be told apart by touch. The Motorola One Vision has a rounded 1080p display with a pixel density of 432 pixels per inch, resulting in sharp text and images. The display has a slightly taller aspect ratio of 21:9, which gives you plenty of vertical screen real estate whilst managing to keep the device from being too wide to comfortably hold. The taller display also comes in useful as, due to the hole punch front-facing camera, the status bar at the top of the device does take up quite a bit of space. The display has an LCD panel and provides good contrast and saturation for looking at photos or watching videos. Unfortunately, there's no support for HDR, but for a phone in this price bracket, I would say that's forgivable. The device comes with Android One, which provides a near stock Android experience. An advantage that comes with the device running Android One is that the device is guaranteed to receive 2 years of software updates, according to Google, and the interface cannot be modified by the phone manufacturer, which helps keep the phone running smoothly. At the time of this review, the device is currently running Android 9 Pie, with Android 10 beginning its initial rollout. There's also no bloat to be found on the device, with only the Moto app present for Motorola's Actions and Moto display functionality, which can come in quite handy. Moto Actions allows for gesture control to specific functionalities such as the torch and camera, whilst Moto Display has functionality such as the peak display, which is a low-powered way to check the time, and any notifications. Thanks to the experience offered by Android One, the Motorola One Vision runs smoothly and quickly. This carries through to loading apps as well as using multitasking. The overall experience is snappy and responsive. The device has 4GB of RAM and is powered by Samsung's Exynos 9609 processor, which helps keep things ticking. To test gaming, I took to Real Racing 3, which looked great with a good amount of graphics detail, and the game played smoothly and felt responsive. The device also has a good range of connectivity with support for AC Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0 as well as NFC, so you have no problems connecting to the latest devices or making contactless payments with Google Pay. There are a couple of ways to unlock the device biometrically, with Face Unlock and fingerprint. Face Unlock unfortunately does use the front-facing camera, so it is less secure than the infrared methods found on other devices. So I was stuck to using the fingerprint reader. The fingerprint reader works very quickly and can be used to unlock the device from sleep. The speakers also perform well, they get plenty loud and sound decent for a phone within this price bracket. With hints of bass and clear treble, the speakers don't sound tinny. For vision in the name of the device, some of the photos can be a little underwhelming if your expectations are focusing on that, but the photos the camera does manage to take are generally good. But if you're a keen mobile photographer, I would suggest taking a look at the Pixel 3a, which falls into a similar price bracket. HDR greatly helps with creating a well-exposed photo, and this becomes clear with landscape photography, to ensure that the sky and the ground has a decent exposure, but sometimes the dark areas of a photo can look crushed and lacking detail. The photos can also sometimes look a little soft despite the 48 megapixel sensor that the device uses, but most of the time they do look nice. The front-facing 25 megapixel camera is good for capturing selfies with good amounts of sharpness and detail. The camera app also has a bunch of different features, including portrait mode, which works on both the front-facing and rear-facing cameras, with the rear-facing camera making use of the depth sensor. There's also a night mode as well as 4 manual mode for maximum control over your image, which has the option to shoot RAW, which is very nice. For video, the rear-facing camera can shoot 4K video without image stabilization or 1080p with image stabilization. The image stabilization works well for keeping things looking smooth, and the front-facing camera shoots 1080p video. The device has a 3500 mAh battery, which I've been able to get a day and a half usage from for my personal usage, which is occasionally checking social media, so you may get different results based on your usage. The device does have adaptive battery software optimization to maximize battery life by eliminating background processes that do not need to be running. Unfortunately, despite the glass back of the device, it does not support wireless charging. As a compromise, there is 15-watt fast charging, which can provide the device with an additional 7 hours of power from 15 minutes of charging. Motorola's One Vision offers a well-rounded offering to the mid-range smartphone market. It is well made with premium materials such as glass to help make it a more compelling choice in comparison to other smartphones which may use plastic materials. The Vision offers good value for money regarding the performance and experience it delivers, with only the camera being a little lackluster. So that's been it for this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in purchasing the device. Thank you to Vodafone for sending out the device for review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.